Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Is there a bloodbath brewing at CBS News? The new leadership that has taken over the editorial side of the mainstream broadcast network has caused some shockwaves, and a major fake news reporter is out. I'm calling him that because that is something Trump has said about this journalist who he faced off with in an interview before the 2024 election. There is no love lost between them, but we're going to break down the story and also some related video suggesting, well, there's winds of change a-blowing in the media and the radical left. They are panicking about it, and we'll break down this story soon. But before we do, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. So, CBS News' longtime veteran journalist, John Dickerson, is out. That's right, you might remember John Dickerson from a one-on-one interview with former President Donald Trump at the time during the campaign season, and there was a bit of a tussle, there was some friction, and there was a bit of a battle between the two. And Dickerson obviously is not a fan of Donald Trump or conservatives or Republicans. And new editor-in-chief Bari Weiss, well, it doesn't seem like she is going to put up with their flack. And if you're a partisan hack, you've been served notice at CBS News that you're going to report the facts or at least be fair to both sides. And Dickerson apparently couldn't do that after a settlement between CBS News and Donald Trump over a segment that was aired during the 2024 campaign season, a $16 million settlement. Dickerson asked if they could hold the powerful accountable. Rich stuff coming from Dickerson. I mean, it's like the Democratic Party doesn't even exist to these people as power. They only are influential over every major institution in the country, from education to healthcare to the law profession to you name it, the media, the arts. The Democratic Party is the party of preference among the woke elite, and the building majority of Americans in this country are quite fed up with it. The mainstream media has been hemorrhaging ratings because we are done with them. We have alternative media. We don't care how much resources they have and their ability to gather news. They don't report it fairly and accurately and give us the whole story because they are essentially political operatives of the radical left. Bari Weiss, for whatever you got to say about her, she is onto this and she is bringing change with her. And we saw some of that on this weekend with Face the Nation, and that's when Democratic Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, well, he ran into a buzzsaw because Brennan, who is a host, Margaret Brennan, she fired back at him when he tried to complain about Republicans rigging the election and gerrymandering. It was really something to behold, and we covered that recently.
I want to ask you about something you said. You said Democrats, there are no election deniers on our side of the aisle. You said that back in January. But recently, you've been using the term rigged elections in reference to the upcoming midterms. Democrats were appalled when President Trump used language like that. How do you justify using that now? Doesn't that undermine faith for voters you need to show up?
No, I've been using that term in the context of Donald Trump's unprecedented effort to gerrymander congressional maps in a partisan fashion all across the country in order to rig the midterm elections and deny the ability of the American people to actually decide who should be in the majority as it relates to the House of Representatives.
You know, Democrats are also going through gerrymandering and redistricting.
No. Well, Democrats are going to push back aggressively to make sure that we have fair maps across the country, not partisan gerrymandering, which Republicans have initiated in state after state after state.
Leader Jeffries, thank you for your time this morning. We'll be right back.
What do you think about this? Because the CBS brand has been, for better or worse, a leader in the broadcast news space for a long time. And their direction really has a domino effect. And if the radical left loses its echo chamber, it loses the power of its propaganda in the public sphere. It's really repetition of the big lies that the Democratic Party tells over and over again that has had effect among an influential minority in this country. And their hold on this woke elite and their foot soldiers has been a force in American politics for a long time. If they lose that media monopoly, it is over for them. Over. Done. They are finished because it's only their propaganda, which is completely devoid of truth. It's completely divorced from reality. We've exposed so many hoaxes here, I've lost count. And you know, if you can't pull off a hoax when you have, 50-50 media that's playing it fair or straight or, attempting to, or at least arguing in a fair fashion with one another. And if that happens, it is over for radicals. They cannot survive in this political environment. And so alternative media, we might see the shifts towards balance that we've been craving in America since the Clinton administration at least, and you could probably go back to the Vietnam era to see the leftward tilt start at that point. But really, the development of social media, people like you watching and supporting Explain America has really helped balance things out, and it has made a difference. The American electorate is much more informed, and it has a more balanced approach and a better understanding of the political tussle that takes place in Washington. And we're hoping to balance that out for you and give you the best information that we can in a very common sense and direct way. And we always invite you to react with your own opinion. And thank you for watching Explain America.